Wow, 2 foreign languages. I sure hope you still have time to help me study if I need it.
Sure, Addie.
Well, I gotta get going. Bye.
All right, here you go, right? Shut it down.
A buck and a half for it. I never gave more than 50 cents. I was stupid.
Settle it down.
A buck and a half for the elevator. So we paid 50 cents. A buck and a half.
Settle it down. Now, boys, you're now in the 8th grade. But in a few short weeks, you're going to be graduating into high school. And you know, boys, well, this would be an ideal time for you to once again pray to God, asking Him if you truly have a vocation. Now, perhaps you are one of the special few that's been chosen for the priesthood.
Maybe.
And if you have any questions concerning the many seminaries in the area,
Yes,
I
Father.
understand, Louis.
Yes, sir. Father, is it a sin to eat meat on Friday?
Well,
if you're on a ship out in the ocean and it's crossing the international gate? Well, the front part of the ship is bound to sea, but I'm on the back part of the ship right there. And I'm just about to eat a hot dog, only it's not an all-meat hot dog. See, it's got a lot of filler.
Louis, according to the laws of the Holy Mother Church.
And speaking of mothers, Father, is it a sin if you have these 2 goldfish and they die? And your mother, instead of burying them, she just flushes them down the toilet?
Well, it wouldn't make any difference whatsoever, Louis, since they're obviously not Catholic.
Oh, yes, they are, Father. I should know. My mother won them at bingo.
Louis!
Father, is it a sin?
Yes, it is a sin, Louis! Sit down! Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Oh, yes, boy. As young Catholic men, you should avoid all members of the opposite gender who are publics. Now, if you associate with non-Catholic girls, then you run the risk of getting seriously involved with one.
Yeah.
And before you realize it, you end up marrying her without fully comprehending the tremendous consequences of what you've done. Now, if a non-Catholic marries a Catholic, what must the non-Catholic do?
Ooh, I know.
Louis. Michael.
Well, Father, my old man's a non-Catholic.
Michael.
I mean, my father's a non-Catholic. And he told me what he had to do.
And what did your father tell you?
He told me he had to sign his life away.
And sit down. Now remember, boys, if you never date a non-Catholic girl, you're never going to get yourself involved in a mixed marriage.
Barney Biscoe did.
Who is Barney Biscoe?
He's my cousin, Father, and his mother wouldn't let him date non-Catholic girls either, but he still got involved in a mixed marriage.
Wait, no, that is impossible. Who did he marry?
Somebody named Bob.
week, he obeyed his parents, and he treated his little sister like a human being. Now, the only thing that Johnny Jones did wrong was that he kept dirty pictures in his wallet. So don't pay attention.
morning. If you think of doing it, then it's called
An impure thought.
if God forbid you go ahead and do it anyway, then it's called
An impure act.
if you do it with your husband,
The marriage act.
if you do it with someone other than your husband, then it's called
Adultery.
if you don't do it at all,
Holiness.
and God forbid, if you do it with yourselves.
Self-abusement.
I thought it was self-amusement.
Always remember, girls, if you go too far, you will lose your immortal souls to the eternal fires of hell.
Whoa. Becky, how far is too far? I don't know. Virginia? What a jerk. Mary? I'm thinking. How far is too far? How far is all the way? Is it too far to Chicago? Oh, they never really say. Is all the way a feeling or something that you do? Well, I'll never ask the question, but I wish I knew. I wish I knew. How far is too far? How far is into trouble? Does it matter if you pray? Does it matter if you do if it's too late? Should I let a fella kiss me on the second day? How far is too far? How far is all the way? Well, I never asked my father, but I wonder what he'd say. I'd like to ask my mother, but she probably doesn't know. So I guess I'll keep on wondering how far is too far.
Then how far should I go?
Nobody tells me.
What will she allow? If nobody tells me, how will I know how far
Will I like her if she lets me? If she let me, would I stay?
I hope that he'll still like me if I have to tell him no. So I guess I'll keep on wondering just how far is too far. I wish I knew. They say growing up is easy.
Is it everything they say? Someday I'll know the answer, but the answer's come so slow. So I guess I'll keep on wondering
Just how far to go.
how far is too far.
No more empty workbook pages, no more turning ones from nuns.
But we get another rating and a chance to score some runs.
No more alibis for homework on my family routine.
Cause we're going into high school once again, the slate is clean. It's finally over. They haven't intended. It's time for the last 8 years of hell to be transcended. We finally did it. We're going to high school. We're gonna walk out of grammar school alive. We won't be back again.
All right, now let's take the picture. Push that.
Are you
up and covered, ready to knuckle down to work. Get ready to be a freshman. Won't be coming back. We'll have 3 whole months without no more kids. We're free till autumn. Thank God we can wash our hands and say amen. Give a cheer, summer cheer, till the getting out of here. Graduate, clean the slate, going to high school will be great.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a 15-minute intermission.